Fletcher and
Ursula.
And we are just out of the theater review of Twisters.
It's not Twisters, it's Twisters.
I think it's heard it both ways, right?
The right way and then yours.
Correct. What do you think?
I liked it. I think it was better than what you might think. It's not campy at all. It actually takes itself pretty seriously, but it goes very quickly. It's an engaging story. The visual effects are very compelling and they draw you in. I haven't seen better casting in any film recently.
Wow, and you didn't see, I saw Twister 1, I guess. Now it's Twister 1. But I love Twister. I was like, oh my gosh, they made a Twister 2? Why do they even need to do that?
Well, I think they needed to do it because, things have changed. We're at the point now where we have seen a lot of natural disasters, with the advent of YouTube, which I don't think even was really around when the first Twisters were out. Like the social media and people chasing storms and being able to post things in real time. All of that was kind of a specialty before, whereas now I think it's more widely engaged with. And so they need to kind of do a new twist on that story, no pun intended.
Yeah, I liked it. It was actually super fun. It felt like summer to me.
Yeah.
Right? It felt like, hey, we're back in summer. We're back, baby.
We're definitely back. And you know what? I think there was, some of the things we have talked about, in terms of, a very diverse cast. And sometimes that can feel very pointed or heavy-handed. I don't think that came across that way here at all. What did you think?
No, I agree. I thought that it was organic, that felt organic, it was vibrant, everybody was fun, everybody had their roles. There was no okay, this is the main cast and this is the side cast. It really felt like there was no B cast, it was all cast. And everybody had their own role to play, everybody had their own personality. They didn't feel forced. So I think that's what we're talking about when we say diverse casting. It has become some kind of like a code word now. And I think it was done right because it felt organic. It felt these people know each other, and I could give that to the script or the actors, but everybody meshed, and I didn't feel nobody was out of place.
I agree with you, Fletcher, and I mean, although we do have, the rah-rah girl, I'm not giving any spoilers by saying there's a girl in charge, loud and in charge, but it didn't have that quality of the 98-pound female beating, a herd of 300-pound guys, to get the secret, missile or something. It definitely gave girl power without it feeling forced or somewhat contrived.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. I think the lead actress did a great job. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. I'm sure I might have seen her, but what do you think of the Glen Powell, the hot boy of the summer?
I mean, they definitely are playing. They're definitely channeling Brad Pitt, 1993, very much, which is kind of funny. And maybe this is going to be his big start too, because I didn't know him before this film. But you know what? I think what's amazing about him, he's a really fine actor. You look at him and you think he's just going to be beefcake, but he actually brings a very sensitive and nuanced portrayal of his character, and he's actually quite funny. In fact, that's what's most surprising about this movie to me, Fletcher. It is a disaster movie. It's definitely action, based summer, blockbuster type, but it's actually a comedy. It's really funny. I found myself in stitches a lot.
Yeah, it is, and it's funny because all the funny parts are funny, all the serious parts are serious, all the heartwarming parts are heartwarming.
That is true.
I mean, everything kind of falls into place, and this is rare, folks. I think it's because all the movies recently seem to be they're disjointed. Either they're trying too hard or they fail miserably. So to have all the spots actually hit a mark, it's shocking. I think part of we were looking at the end credits thinking to ourselves, wait a minute, what did we just watch? This actually feels like a good movie.
It really does. And I think we don't want to oversell it. We definitely don't think you should go in there thinking it's terms of endearment or Gandhi or something. It's not that deep, but it's not shallow. I think if you go with an open mind and you're patient. Now there are a few parts that feel a little slow. I don't know if you felt that way. It lags in the third act, if you will. Before the final denouement, it's a little bit, just a tad slow. I don't think it's a problem. It's something there's a good enough payoff that it's worth waiting through that moment.
No, I agree. So, what would you give it if you were given like a 1 to 10?
That's crazy. 1 to 10. No one does.
All right, so we go 1 to 5.
What's 1? What's 5?
Well, 5 is the best, and number 1 is like, man, that sucks. Get it out of here.
I mean, is 5 like Godfather? Or
all right, never mind. All right, so obviously the rating system has failed. So I thought it was a good movie. I would go check it out. I would take
give it a number.
Yeah, we're not doing numbers now. Now we're just going, hey, the movie was pretty good. I think you don't take little kids to go see it. I don't think it's right for them. But it's good for the whole family. If have a good family film, yes, this is one to go to. There's no nudity. There's no extreme violence.
It's so surprising. It really is a PG-13. These days, lately, I mean, not to sound like a grandma, but PG-13 has turned into like the new R. This one doesn't do it. There are times in which you think it might. Do not be afraid to take your young children, but not very young children. 10 and above would be probably fine. Mature enough 10 or 11-year-old. There are some scary parts in terms of the storms, but as far as like any kind of, as Fletcher said, nudity or compromising situations, they really avoid that. It's very wholesome that way. There are a couple of bad language, and that's it.
Yeah, and there's some beer drinking and all stuff, but that's about it. So, guys, that's our out of the theater.
I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, I see. She just snuck that in. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Check out the next one. Please like, share, and
subscribe.
All right.